Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the mean. We are going to discuss about the mean for the group data, the mean of group data. To find the mean of group data, we have three methods, right? First one, direct method. Direct method. Second one, assumed mean method. Assumed mean method. Third one, step deviation method. Step deviation method. So by using these three methods, we can find the mean of the group data, and in each method you will get the same answer. Okay, so what is the use of these methods means, depending on the observations. If observations are more small, then you can use direct method. If observations are large, then you can use assumed mean method. So depending on the given observations, given data. So if data is lengthy means large values, then we can use assumed mean method, step deviation. If they are smaller, then you can use direct method. Now let us discuss about the direct method today. Okay. To explain the direct method, I will take one example problem. Direct method to find mean. Direct method to find mean. One example problem. I am taking the class interval and number of students. Yesterday we did one problem, no? So I am converting the marks into intervals, okay, and number of students. Yesterday we did one problem, no? Same problem, but I am converting the marks into intervals. So number of students who got 10 to 25 marks. From 10 marks to 25 marks. Number of students, how many members got? 2 members. From 25 to 40. How many members got the marks? 3 members. Next, 40 to 55. How many members got the marks? 7 members. Okay. Next, 55 to 70. 6 members. 55 to 70, 6 members. Next, 70 to 85. 6 members. 85 to 100. 6 members got the marks. Now this is the required table, given table. So I am going to find the mean of this given problem using the direct method. Okay. So here again I am writing, this is the question. In the answer I will write the table in this form. I will show you. This is class interval. Here number of students. Number of students I am denoting by frequency Fi. Class interval 10 to 25. Next 25 to 40. 40 to 55. 55 to 70. 70 to 85. 85 to 100. These are the class intervals. And frequencies 2, number of students 3, 7, number of students 6, again 6, 70 to 85 marks who got number of students 6, 85 to 100 also, number of students 6 members got the marks. Now this is the interval and this is the frequency, number of students. In this direct method, if you have the intervals and every interval, observe here, this is in this interval, this is lower limit, this is upper limit. From the upper limit, subtract the lower limit, you will get the difference 25 minus 10, 20. So 40 minus 25, 20. So every interval having the difference 20, right? And this is lower limit, this is upper limit. So if you have continuous intervals, then you can find the class mark here. You should find class mark. Class mark denoted by xi. When you have intervals, you have to find the class mark and denote it by xi. Class mark means here, class mark. Class mark means lower limit plus upper limit. Lower limit plus upper limit by 2. So we are going to find corresponding class marks of the intervals. Here lower limit is 10, upper limit is 25. So you have to add, then divide it by 2. 10 plus 25 by 2. 10 plus 25 is 35. 35 by 2. 2 1s are 2 7s are 17.5. So this is the corresponding class mark of the first interval, 17.5. Next, 25 for the interval 25 to 40. What is the class interval? Class mark 25 plus 40 by 2. 25 plus 40, 60. 65 by 2. And divide it. 2 3 the 6, 2 2 the 4, 2 5 the, right? 32.5. This is 32. I will extend this. Is equal to 32.5. Okay. Next, similarly here, 40 plus 55 by 2. 40 plus 55 by 2. That is 95 by 2. 95 by 2. 2 4 the 8. 2 7 the 2 5 the 47.5. Next, 55 plus 70 by 2. 55 plus 70, 125 by 2. 2 6 are 2 2s are 62.5. 62.5. Next, 70 80 class mark. 70 plus 80 by 2. 85, sorry. 70 plus 85 by 2. 70 plus 80, how much? 150. 155 by 2. 2 7s are 14. 2 7s are 14.5. So 77.5. Last one, 85 plus 100 by 2. 85 plus 100, 185 by 2. 2 9s are 18. 2 2s are 0.5. So these are the class marks. Okay. So in that way we have to find xi. After getting xi, you have to find the product of fi and xi. That is. Now by multiplying fi and xi, 2 into 17.5 will be 35. Next, 3 into 32.5 will be 97.5. Next, 7 into 47.5. 7 into 47.5 will be 332.5. 332.5. Next, 6 into 62.5. 62.5 will be 375.0. Next is 6 into 77.5. 77.5 will be 465.0. Next, 6 into 92.5 will be 555.0. Okay, after product you will get this. Now after that you have to find summation of fi. By adding all this you will get 30. By adding all these values in the column you will get 30, and you have to find the summation of fi xi here. So last column sum will be by adding all these values you will get 1860.0. 1860.0 will given by the third column. Okay. Now after getting fi and xi, you have to find the mean. So how we did this problem? If you have the class intervals and frequencies, take the class interval as first column, take the frequency in second column. Next step, we have to find the class mark. What is the class mark means? Adding the lower limit plus upper limit, taking the average of lower and upper limit. So lower limit plus class mark means lower limit plus upper limit, lower limit plus upper limit by 2. So for each and every interval we will have the class mark, corresponding class mark. So you have to find the all class marks of the interval, class interval. Then after getting the class marks, denote it in the column by xi. So then after next step, you have to find the product of fi and xi. You will get all these values. Then find the sum of the frequencies, find the sum of the fi and xi. You will get fi and xi. After getting fi and xi, you have to find the mean of the given column. Now mean equal to summation fi into xi by summation fi. So by using this here, what we got 1860 by summation fi 30. 1860 by 30. 3 cancel. This is 186 by 3. 3 6 3 2. So 62 is the mean. So this method, this new method is called direct method. This new method is called direct method. This new method is called direct method. Okay. So we can use this direct method if you get the if you have the class intervals. Using the class intervals, we have to find the class marks. So if class marks are small, we can use the direct method. If class marks are very large, at that time we can go for next method, direct method. So this method is very useful. This method is very useful to find the mean of the given data when class marks are very small. Class marks means not marks, whatever it may be, but if you have the intervals, you have to take the average of each interval. That is known as class marks, right? When class marks are small, this method is very useful. If class marks are very large, then to finding the product of fi xi will take more time. And it is time consuming method. Will take more time. In this case, this method, direct method, will take more time. Direct method is time consuming method. So to reduce this problem, we have to apply. So to solve this, so in this situation, we can use assumed mean method. So this method we can learn tomorrow. Okay.